Today we're going to be doing a Pilates Fundamentals class. So this is perfect for those who are beginners or intermediate, and we're going to get into the principles of Pilates as well and combine it with some exercises. So we're going to get started on our mats. I want you to come down into the middle of your mat. Keep your knees bent and then just slowly roll down onto your back. Okay, bring your feet in towards your glutes. I want you to feel here for a neutral spine. So you'll feel that your hip bones are on the same plane as your pubic bone, and there's a slight gap under your back. And we're just going to start with some breathing. So the Pilates breath is breathing in through the nose, expanding the rib cage in a three-dimensional way. And then on your exhale, you're going to draw the transverse abdominis in, blowing all the air out through pursed lips. So inhale, expand the rib cage. Exhale, draw the core in, belly button to spine. Okay, so you're in your neutral pelvis now. You can place your hands on the ground or on your pelvis just to feel if you want that tactile reference. We're going to start with some pelvic tilt. So you can exhale, press the lower back in towards the mat. Inhale, bring it back to a neutral spine where you have that gap between your back and the mat. Exhale, tuck the pelvis under. You're coming into a posterior pelvic tilt, then coming back to neutral. So we're just moving here between neutral and imprint. On our next one, you're going to imprint the spine and you're going to roll up vertebra by vertebra till you get to your bridge position. So pretend that your spine is a string of pearls. Inhale here, exhale, rolling it down. Soften that chest, rolling, 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 rolling. And then the pelvis comes down, you come back into a neutral spine. So exhale, tuck the pelvis under, rolling up through that string of pearls, getting to the top. Inhale here, there's a long line, and you're rolling back down. Let's do another one. Exhale, press the lower back in, scooping in the abs, rolling up to your bridge position. So make sure you're not hyperextended here. You want that long line from your ribs towards your knees. You can place your hand down on the mat. Make sure that your feet are in. And we're just going to place the weight into the left foot, articulating through the right foot, lifting it slightly off the mat to a hover. Make sure your hips haven't moved here. Place it back down, articulating through the foot. You can hold your hips here to make sure that they don't move. We're going into the other side, just hovering that left foot off the mat. Exhale as you lift. Inhale, lower. Keep the hips as still as possible. So by doing that, you're keeping that core connection, belly button to spine. Last one here. And then on our next one, lift the right leg to tabletop and extend it to the ceiling, bending it and lowering it back down. To the left-hand side, exhale, lift and extend. Inhale, bend and lower. Keep the hips as stable as possible. So we're getting into the glutes here, and you're extending that leg with the quad. Very good. Let's go for another 3. Keep those hips still. Last 2. Last 1. We're going back into the right-hand side. Bend, extend. You're going to flex, lower that foot, point and lift. Keep the hips still. So the idea is to get into some hip extension here, but not at the expense of tipping your pelvis. You don't want any rotation in the lumbar spine. You want to keep the pelvis still. Some nice weight in that left foot, feeling it in the left hamstring and glute. Last 2. Last 1. Lift, bend, lower. Whew. Staying up here, bend in the left leg, extend it, flex lower, point lift. Very good. Keep that core connection. Make sure the hips are stabilized, no twisting in the spine. We're going to go for another 4. Exhale, lift. Last 3, 2, it's like you're painting the ceiling with your foot. 1, bend it in, lower it down, lower the hips down towards the mat, hug the knees in towards the chest. Ooh, just taking a nice release here. Okay. Place the feet back down. You're in your neutral spine. I want you to take your hands up to the ceiling, and we're just going to do some swimming here. So we're going to focus on the rib cage placement. So you're going to take your right arm up overhead, scissoring the arms and switching. So notice here, are your ribs lifting, or are you keeping that core connection, ribs sliding down towards the hips as the arm comes overhead? You can come up into your bridge to add an extra challenge, keeping those arms scissoring, bring it up to the ceiling, and then you're going to lower the arms overhead. Keep that rib tip connection. The shoulder blades, the shoulders can ride up a little bit. Lower the hips down, taking the hands to the ceiling. So you're lifting up into your bridge with a flat back and lowering back down. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Okay, stay with me. Let's go for another 4. Weight is in the heels. Last 3, 2, 1. Take the hands to the ceiling, hips down. We're coming into our ab curl. So you're going to exhale, lift up, looking towards the thighs. Notice here, are you keeping that neutral spine? Keep that neutral spine. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, lift, scooping in the abs. Ribs slide down towards the hips. Okay, very good. Stay with me. Let's go for another 4. Last 3, 2, getting into the abs. 1, hold it up. Take the arms up overhead, circle them around. So you're getting into that shoulder stabilization and mobilization. So make your circles nice and big. Gaze towards the thighs or your belly button. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it here. Take your head down for a minute. Lifting it back up. Go for your ankles. So you're coming into some lateral flexion of the spine. A nice side bend. Exhale as you try and tap your ankles. Coming back to center. Lowering it back down. Just take a breath. Exhale, lifting back up. Take right leg to tabletop. Left leg to tabletop. Lower right leg, lower left leg. Alternating the leading leg each time. Exhale. Lowering it back down. Make sure the neck is okay. So you can bring your hands behind your head if that helps you. Okay. Last one here. Keep your legs up at tabletop. Imprint the spine towards the mat. Just rest your head for a second. Okay. Lifting up into your ab curl. Bring the right leg in. Extend the left leg. And we're just switching here. So we're coming into a single leg stretch. Exhale as that knee comes in. Inhale as you extend. Okay. Bend it in. Lower the head down. Exhale, lifting back up. Extend the legs. Bend them back in. So keep that back imprinted. Make sure you're not popping in the abs. You're drawing that belly button towards the spine. Let's go for another 2. Extend the legs out long. Last one. Lower the head back down. Ooh, just rock out the neck. Okay. Lifting up again. Extend the legs. And the arms come up overhead, circle around, bring the legs back in. Double leg stretch. Very good. Back stays flat to the mat. Stay with me as you circle the arms around. The shoulders can ride up or they can be down. Okay. Extend the legs out, take the hands behind the head, bring the right leg in, twist towards it, coming into our bicycle. As the elbow comes towards the knee, you are exhaling, lifting up and over, getting into those obliques, contralateral obliques, so different side obliques. Last two, last one. Lower it down, hug the knees in towards the chest. Rock up to seated. We're going to do a little bit of a counter stretch, just stretching out those abs. So come down into a prone position. You can be on your tummy. Your arms are going to be next to you. They're going to be bent, elbows in towards the waist. You can rest your forehead on the mat. Okay, so if you're looking from above, you'll see a W shape with your arms. Okay, you're going to inhale, lift up, looking slightly forward, coming into some back extension. Exhale, lower it back down. Inhale, lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, lower. So we're using our inhale here to lengthen the spine, because that's what we do naturally. When we breathe in, we lengthen the spine. When we exhale, we flex the spine. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Okay, holding up here. Stay up here. You're in a static hold. Exhale, lift the arms up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. So try and bring the fingertips up. Very good. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Looking just forward. Extend the arms out. Bend them back in towards the waist. Bend them in. Those back extensors are working hard. And then we're going to come into a nice counter stretch. So you're looking just forward. You're not hyperextending the neck. Last 1. Bend it in. Lower the hands down. Press up and back into a nice counter stretch. A shallow stretch. Oh, stretching out the back. Okay, just taking a nice big deep breath. Then we're going to get into some sideline work. So I want you to come down onto your side. You can lower down all the way, resting your head on your arm. Bend the legs in a 45-degree angle. So make sure your feet are in line with the hips. Okay, you can place your hand down on the mat. Push that top hip away so that there's a gap between your waist and the mat. This will stack your hips. And you're just going to lift and lower that top leg. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, making sure that the knee is in the same plane as the foot. So if you need to take a peek, you can, but remember to keep that core engaged. So we're not only working the glutes, we're also working the core. So these are major stabilizing muscles of the body. Exhale, lift. Your hips are remaining unaffected as you lift and lower. It's just that leg moving. Your body is in line with the rest of the mat. Lower it down. Flex the feet. Open the top knee. Lower again. So this is our clam. And we're just lifting, coming into external rotation and lowering it back down. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Send the foot to the ceiling. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. So the foot is up. You're coming into internal rotation of the femur inside the hip. So good for healthy hips. We're working that glutamin, which is a stabilizer of the pelvis. Often underworked. Lifting up, lowering down. Extend that leg out to the side. Rest your hand on the mat. You're going to flex that foot, take it forward. Inhale, or exhale, take it back. So inhale as you take it forward, flexing foot, point, and take it back, getting into some hip extension. So your leg is going past the plane of your hip. Okay, keeping that core engaged. belly button to spine, making sure that you're not coming into back extension. So the only thing that's moving here is that leg. Last one. Take it back, bend it in, lower it back down, and we're going to go straight into the other side. Okay, so lowering all the way down onto the mat, bend the legs in a 45-degree angle, push that top hip away, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Whew. Can already feel it on this side because we were stabilizing when we were doing the other leg. Let's go for another 3. Belly button to spine. 2, 1. Flex the feet, lift and lower that knee, making sure you're not opening the hip to the ceiling. Push that bottom leg down towards the mat. Coming into our external rotation, and then we're going to go into our internal rotation. Last 2. Last 1. Lower it down, take the foot to the ceiling, lift, lower. Getting into the glute min. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, extend the leg, flex, take it forward, point, take it back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. If you want, you can rest your hand on the mat to help you stabilize as you take that leg forward and back. Coming into hip extension. Very good. Last 3, 2, 1. Bend it in, tap it out, come down onto your back. Take the left leg over the right, hug it in for a nice figure 4 stretch. Stretching out the glute, you can push that top hip away, that top knee away. You can bring it in towards the midline of the body for more of a stretch. Release that, take it to the other side, bending the right leg. Bring it in towards the body, press that right knee away. Feeling a nice stretch in the glute. Okay, release that. Rolling up to seated. Come into a 4-point kneeling position now. So your hands are under your shoulders, knees are under hips. Okay, drawing that core in before we make any movement. You're going to extend the right leg back. Look at your pelvis here. Is it square towards the mat? You're not opening up your pelvis to the room. It's completely square, drawing the belly button in. Take that left hand off the mat. Lower it down. Lift that right leg. Take the left hand off the mat. Can you extend it forward? So think of that contralateral hip to rib. This is going to help you stabilize. So exhale as you take it forward, inhale back in. Getting into that core, stabilizing the body. Okay, last one, hold it up, lower it down. We're going to do a push-up, so you're going to lean forward, lower the chest down towards the mat, keep the elbows in towards the waist. Exhale, press back up. Let's go for it, another 3, 2, 1, pressing back up. Take the left leg back this time. Take the right hand off the mat, stabilize, making sure the hips are square. Lift that right leg. Take the left leg, take the right hand off, send it forward. Think of that contralateral hip to rib placement. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Last 2. Last 1. Lower it down. Send the body weight forward, lowering the chest down towards the mat. Exhale, press back up. Keep the elbows in towards the waist so we're working those triceps. Okay. Last one. Pressing it back up. Okay, lifting up into a pike. Pedal out the heels. Coming into our last exercise of class, which is the plank. So find what I like to call an ugly plank. So you're drawing the belly button to spine, you have a flat back, your pelvis is tucked under, rib to hips, sliding, your ribs sliding down towards your hips. Hold it here, press back, shifting forward again. Find that ugly plank, core connected, exhale, lift that right leg. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift the left leg. So the only thing that's moving is the leg. The rest of the body is staying stable. Press back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Stay with me. Last two. Last one. Hold that ugly plank. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press back. Pedal out the heels. Shoulders worked hard. Can feel it in my shoulders. Ooh. Lower the knees down towards the mat. Press back to a nice, well-deserved shoulder stretch. Oh, stretching out the shoulders. Rolling all the way up to seated. Take your hands behind your back. Open up the chest. It's a nice chest expansion. Round forward. Flexing the spine. Rolling up the shoulders. And that's it for today's class, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this Pilates Fundamentals class and that you got something from it and you're feeling so much better after this class. It's a nice, gentle class, but also very effective. So I hope that you'll stick around. Please subscribe down below. Give this video a like, comment. Let me know if you'd like to see more beginner fundamental workouts like this. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.